What is going on, YouTube? Welcome back to JD's Nerdverse. We are playing through with a very unique Pokemon today, Ponyta and Rapidash, the flaming horse, so to speak. I'll let the games begin. Let's go over the stats of Ponyta. It's actually one of the best stats of a Stage 1 Pokemon you're going to come across. 50 hit points, 85 attack, 55 defense, 65 special. That's actually pretty good for early. And 90 speed. So the worst stat is HP, and it's actually at 50. So that ain't too bad. That's not bad at all. We evolve into Rapidash. I believe it's at level 40. And Rapidash, it takes that stats and just cranks them up a notch. 65 hit points, so that's our worst stat. 100 attack, great. Defense is 70, not bad. 80 special, which is good because we were fire type. And then 105 speed. So you'd think it'd be a little bit faster with a name like Rapidash. But, you know, it is what it is. It's a flaming unicorn horse thing. Moveset. That is the tricky part about this Pokemon. Stats are great. Moveset sucks. So moveset, it's not good. If we had to play through with just its level up moveset, we would be in some serious trouble. So at level 1 we get Ember. And which is great because it's the same type of attack bonus, so it's 60 base power, 100% accurate. Problem is we won't get any other moves. And the problem with not having any other moves is, one, you have to get through Brock with Bide. So if you don't knock him out quick, he's going to deal back double damage when he initiates Bide. So that's the first thing. If we just had like Tail Whip or Growl or something earlier, rather than level 30 and 35, it'd be great. Like in future generations, they fix this, obviously. But Ember, this is why Fire type has issues in Gen 1. The only one that doesn't have the issues really is Charmander. Because Charmander can actually has Scratch. It actually has, you can get Mega Punch. None of the other grass or fire types will do that, and they don't have a lot of extra things to counter. Now, all the other fire types, I said grass types, I meant fire types, can learn Dig except for Ponyta. So there's like no move to add to this, really, until I'll go over TM moveset here in a minute. But you basically have nothing you can learn from level 5 to level 30. You have to do all like TM movesets. So level 30 we get Tail Whip, which is pointless. 32 we get Stomp, which is great, but there's just a slightly better move we can get that's never misses. So 65 power, it'll help us when we get it. But it's not the greatest move, and we'll probably move on from it pretty quick. 35 is Growl. Not helpful at all, not this late in the game. 39 is Fire Spin. As much as I hate this move, I hate it. It is 15 power points, 70% accurate. So it does not work as much as you might hope. Now here's what it does do, and this is what's benefit. One, it's a stab move, so instead of being 15, it's woohoo, it's 22.5. So that's a little bit more powerful. But what the problem with this move is, or what the benefit to this move is when you attack someone, if you hit, you basically have a fire vortex, so they can't tackle back. They can't attack back until Fire Spin is basically, put out basically. And if you can always outspeed, you always hit, they'll never attack you back. So that's the benefit to it. The problem is it's a slow, arduous playthrough move, and it's not always reliable. So, level 43, we get Takedown, which can be useful. We get it by TM as well, so I don't know which one will come first, but I don't think Takedown's going to be super useful. And 48, we get Agility, which will be very useful. However, I'm pretty sure we evolve in the Rapidash level 40, which pushes that up to 55. So, yes, I think we actually have to give some, we're going to have to do some things with that. To get to level 55, we're going to have to level up a little bit for our 7th rival fight. So, moving on to TM moveset. TM moveset is not very good. Horn Drill, it can be good. It's not good, but it can be, I guess. It's 30% accurate plus the difference in levels between you and your opposition. So if you're level 50 and he's level 30, you get 20 extra accuracy to that. You can knock him out. However, that's kind of pointless because you can just use Body Slam and be 100% accurate and don't waste your time. It doesn't make sense. But Body Slam, we get that at via TM, 100% accuracy, 85 power. At level 9, we get Takedown. TM 9 we get Takedown, 9% accurate, 85 or 9% power, 85% accurate. Double Edge may become useful because it does so much damage. But it does have recoil. That's the downside to it. Rage does nothing. We're not going to use it. Mimic, nothing. It'll come in handy, but it doesn't do anything special other than mimic the opposite move. Double Team, we can't use. Reflect, maybe come in handy because it's for defense purposes. Bide is literally the only other move we can get to give this Pokemon. early. So we have Bide, and then we also have Ember. So we actually have a secondary move we can use. That's where Bide's coming. It's coming in handy a lot more of my playthroughs than I ever anticipated. Fire Blast. We can get that at level 20, which will probably be our best move. It's crazy that this Pokemon does not learn Flamethrower. Flamethrower is 90, I think it's 95 base power, but it's 100% accurate. But Fire Blast is very powerful. It's going to be a very good move when we get it. Swift is 60 base power, and it doesn't miss. It doesn't have an accuracy check. It just hits all the time. The only thing it doesn't hit is Ghost type. TM40 is Skull Bash. It's not a bad move. It just takes 2 turns, so you're really susceptible to getting hit. Rest and Substitute are nothing. So let's move on to the rules of the playthrough. Ponyta in battle is the only one allowed to use. We can use other Pokemon for HMs and to catch Pokemon for HMs. Running Clock, first exemption is Lieutenant Search's Gym. Second one is sometimes we get over encumbered, so we will put stuff in computers. We will shop for things that are not conducive to the plot. We can basically pause the timer and do. And the third option, which we could have used in this one, we didn't though. We're not going to though. We can actually get Hyper Beam if you have Rapidash, but we're not going to go get. It's the game corner. You could pause the timer and go buy coins, but we're not going to do that in this playthrough. Glitches, no glitches or exploits. Can't use a Masingo glitch, can't use the Pokédoll glitch, nothing like that. The only thing we can use is the badge boost glitch because it's part of the game. And no items in battle. Like I said, the only thing I kind of give exception to is like an ether, just so we can get through a battle. But potions, revives, things like that, no, we can't use this in battle. And while I'm here, make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell. You get videos like this all the time. I post at least once a week for this, and I've got to get back in the swing of things, but I'm going to be posting more on my other game I'm playing. It's Battle for Middle-earth, Lord of the Rings, one of my favorite games of all time. So now, let's go back to the first slide and give a prediction. So I predict that this Pokemon will take probably about an hour and 40 minutes. Between an hour and 30, an hour and 40 minutes. There's 2 places where we're going to have massive hang-ups. The first place we're going to have a hang-up is Missy's Gym. Now, we do outspeed, so the speed issue like we had with Geodude is not going to be the issue. It's going to be more or less we just don't have a move that can do damage. Body Slam is the only move we're going to be able to get in that time frame where we can do significantly enough damage. So, hopefully we get to a high enough level where it's powerful enough, and we get through her. Also, in the Elite Four, there's 2 main issues we're going to have. The 2 main issues we're going to have is the first one we're going to have an issue with is Lorelei. Lorelei, all of our Pokemon are ice, water, and that's going to be a problem for us. Dugong, water Pokemon, water ice, I should say. Cloyster, water ice. Slowbro, psychic water. Jinx is just ice psychic, and Lapras is water ice. So, a lot of Pokemon there that can give us some issues. I don't see a lot of issues with Bruno. We don't talk about it much anyway. Agatha can be tricky because we don't really have a move that can do a lot of damage to it. We have Fire Blast, but it's not going to do a lot of damage like other moves would do. So we're going to have to try to find a way to counter Agatha. We don't have Dig, we don't have Earthquake. That's usually our fallbacks to do that. So we got to find a way to counter that. Maybe Mimic Hypnosis set up, and maybe that'll help us with the team. I don't know. And then we have Lance's team, which is not Lance's team that's the problem. It's one Pokemon. It's Gyarados. He will do Hydro Pump every time. He won't even consider other moves. He will do Hydro Pump every single time every single time we fight him. So we're gonna have to find a way around that. Where they're gonna have to like get some lucky RNG, random number generation, something, get by him. But I think our rival will be pretty easy at that point. We'll have Agility, we'll have Mimic, we'll have a bunch of stuff we can use to blast through our opponent, no pun intended, with Fire Blast. But that's my prediction, and let me know your prediction down below. How fast you think I'll get it done, and then go back and edit it at the end. See if you were right. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below, and take it away, future JD.
Thanks, past JD. Welcome to the playthrough portion of the game. This is JD's Nerdverse. We're playing through with Ponyta. And I named Ponyta Napalm. I hope everyone gets that punny joke I just made. Napalm. The first battle we have is against Squirtle. Squirtle is the obvious choice we're going to have in this game. Squirtle's water, we're fire, we just replaced Charmander, and that's what we get. And I really hope everyone likes the name Napalm. I put a lot of, I researched that into like some funny names, and Napalm was the best one I can come up with. So Ponyta early. So Ponyta early doesn't have many issues. It actually is part of the slower level up group. So whenever we have... Here's how I know this. This is just how an indicator for me how I know that we're in the slower level up group. If we beat our rival on the first battle, when we beat our rival, if we level up, we're in a faster group. If we don't, and we level up on the next Pokemon we fight, we're in kind of a middle range level up group. But this is the third Pokemon we're fighting right now, and we just leveled up. So that's how I know we're kind of on a slower level up trajectory. So we got to fight a little bit more battles than we would normally have to just to level up. So that's the first problem with Ponyta. The second problem with Ponyta is moveset. Now, Ember is a great move to have early. You fight a lot of bug trainers. It's a special attacking move. It basically makes it so you don't have to be a high enough level to, or super high level to beat Brock. So, like, for example, we're in the bug gym, or the forest right now with a lot of bug trainers. Everyone in here will be a one-shot. We got to level 8. 3 minutes in, we got to level 8. And it's not going to make Brock a super difficult fight, because Brock doesn't have great special. It has great defense, but Geodude and Onix do not have great special. So like I said, all the trainers in here will be quick one-shots, easy fights, and we're going to level up decently fast because of how fast the battles go, not because of what range of level up we're in. So we're going to fight our rival, and I'm pretty confident here what I did was I just depleted all my embers, and we just used... Oh, okay, so we have 3 embers left. And the whole strategy here was use 2 of them knock out Pidgey. Excuse me. And you struggle with the knockout Squirtle, because Ember's not going to do a lot of damage to Squirtle. Even though Squirtle doesn't really can't do a lot of damage to us, it's not going to. And so now we're fighting the Million Light Years trainer. And Ember is going to do pretty significant work to these guys, even though we did get knocked down pretty decent by Diglett. We get sand attacked a little bit, so we may miss. But the good thing about Ponyta is Ponyta has great speed. So now we're facing Brock. The gym leader, everyone knows him. The rock-type gym leader doesn't have a lot of good moves. Wakanda forever! Geodude comes out. Ember does about 20%. So we're doing about 1/5 of damage every time. The good news is he doesn't do a lot of damage to us. Now here's the tricky part about facing Brock, is you got to worry about Onix and playing by game. So if we had any move early, yeah, see, that's the problem right there. Is you got to worry about quote-unquote bide game is what I call it. Where if he uses bide and you do damage and you don't knock him out, he's going to deal it back double. So if we had any move, Growl, Leer, anything, would be extremely helpful in this situation. But we didn't get anything. And here's the nice thing about fighting Brock, is if you actually burn or poison his Pokemon, he'll waste a turn and full heal. So now initiating bide, and hopefully it doesn't do too much back. So now do bide again, please. Yes, I think we're going to knock him out this time. We get a critical hit. Very good. So yeah, it's just about random number generation, or as they call it in the game, RNG. Actually, I've been hearing that on a lot of videos, and I never knew what it was, RNG. But it's about random, like, the game has a lot of trainers you fight have just randomness. So if you have 4 moves, you got a 1 in 25 chance they're going to pick a move. And it's just random. It's not for any reason, it's not for anything, but good AI counters that by picking what is quote-unquote the best possible move to use. So we're fighting these trainers on Route 2, and they're not very difficult. And the reason why they're not very difficult is because, we're not really over-leveled, but we do have a solid move in Ember, and it does a lot of damage. I believe I taught Bide as well. So a strategy I've come up with in like a lot of my recent videos, and I've actually started telling this to other YouTubers, is when you get Bide, just teach it to your Pokemon. Eventually, you're going to get a move to override it. And it also, you don't have to worry about selling it or getting rid of it in your inventory pool. It just frees up a spot you don't have to deal with later. And not to mention, there's like probably 1 or 2 trainers that Bide would be very beneficial for. One of the main ones that it's beneficial for, not this one per se. I mean, it depends on your Pokemon. But not this Pokemon specifically. Or not this trainer specifically, I mean. The trainer specifically is the next one. It's the trainer that has 2 stand attacking Pidgeys. Because Bide, and I've mentioned this before, so if you've heard this before, sorry, I'm regurgitating it. Bide does not, stand attack does not affect Bide. Bide is, skips over all your buffs or accuracy checks. and just hits the Pokemon. If it deal no damage, it won't do anything, but it'll just skip over all that. So that trainer wasn't an issue for this Pokemon because we had a powerful enough move and we didn't get affected by Sand Attack. But there are trainers or Pokemon out there that don't have a powerful move. That Sand Attack 1 or 2 times can really affect the battle, so Bide is a good counter for that. And we're getting through this part of the game pretty handily. A lot of bug trainers, a lot of normal type trainers, nothing that's going to deal super effective damage to us. So we get the win. We got a Jigglypuff here. Jigglypuff can be scary with this last because it can sing and put us to sleep. Disable's not too much of an issue, but if she disables Ember and we all we have is Bide and she keeps using Sing, we're not going to do any damage. So Mountain Moon doesn't really give us much. Mountain Moon doesn't have a move that we can pick up. It doesn't have anything. It really just has... We can pick up some moves and just sell them, like Water Gun and Mega Punch, but we cannot use them. But there is some good trainers in here we can get a lot of experience with. I did skip over the one Hiker in here because we're not going to do a lot of damage. Even though Ember is actually does decent damage to Rock, I was just afraid it might take a lot of damage and we might not be able to do anything. But anyway, we get to this super duper nerd, and this guy's going to be super easy. Barely an inconvenience. So I'm using Bide to see how Bide can be useful. And I'm running out of power points for Ember, so this is why I'm doing it this way. So Bide, and he knocks himself out with, yeah, very good. So then the next Pokemon, so we only have 6 of these left, so I wasn't sure. Okay, it's one shot, very good. It's just being precautionary, and it actually helps me show why Bide is useful. It does give you an extra move just in case. So now, and we don't have to go back and heal, so that saves us some time. So we got the Dome Fossil, all hail the Dome Fossil, and then we're facing our rival. Our rival, we are facing Pidgeotto, Ember. We're up to level 23, so we actually had to level up 2 levels to make this a good battle, because Pidgeotto was sand attacking us because we weren't knocking it out fast enough. And even though we had Bide, it was still affecting our ability to finish the battle. That's the problem. So Squirtle, Ember, very good. Ember again. Bubble's not going to do too much. I'm more powerful. And again, Squirtle should be evolved. He evolves level 16. God, our rival's stupid. So here's why I try to skip over our rock trainers. It just doesn't... It does have damage because we're twice the levels. Not because it's a super effective move. But we're twice the levels and we can't even one-shot these things. Okay? So that's why I try to not fight hikers when I have a fire-type Pokemon like this. We beat this hiker, and then we move on to this trainer. Now, this trainer is actually very easy, but there's a reason why I show these trainers in games. Because in some playthroughs, they're easy, in some playthroughs, they are hard. So there's a hiker I talk about all the time. I name him Boomer, and he's in Rock Tunnel. And right now, I'm showing you what it looks like fighting her without having an effective move. So that's what I'm showing you right now. This is why the climbers pause. I just want to show everyone why we have to do this. So I am 10 levels higher. Almost 10 levels. I'm 8 levels higher. So we will knock out one Pokemon. Ember will do nothing. But because of her good AI, she will pretty much just use a water move every time and just knock us out. So that is why we are going to go to the SS Sand first and then double back and fight Misty. So this is Sandy that has 3 sand attacking Pidgeys. And I'm actually not great on health right now. My health bar is at 69 right now. Nice. We get the knockout. Very good. And we have 20 HP. We better heal for this next fight. Yeah, okay. Just making sure. And we're running out of potions. We're going to buy some potions, but you're not going to see that part. Okay, we have my favorite NPC. We have a junior trainer with a Spearow. We take it to 0. Spear to 0. We burn the Spearow! And then Eradicate. We eradicate the Eradicate. Eradicate the Eradicate. We eradicated the Eradicate. Da-dum-bum-bum. And now we get a very important move that helps us progress through the game very well. It makes it so we can actually fight and beat Misty. It actually probably would help us beat our rival right now, too. I don't think we could beat our rival without Body Slam right now. It may be a close one. It just wouldn't be more definitive. We're almost level 30. Body Slam, not a one-hit on the Pidgeotto, but it's a 2-hit, very good. And Body Slam on the Eradicates, 1-hit knockout. Kadabra, it's going to be a 1-hit knockout. And did we get a 1-hit knockout on the Wartortle? Probably not. It's pretty bulky. Yeah, Bubble did a decent amount, but it ain't going to get enough. It has to get like 3 or 4 bubbles in to knock us out. So now we're going to try this battle again with higher levels and having, we're at level 29 and having Body Slam. We'll see how much more effective this is. So 1-shot, that's good. Now the question is, can we tank an attack from Starmie? That is the question. We do so much better. So that's what's nice about having higher speed. So if we had higher speed with Geodude, that wouldn't have happened last game. So this is a very big issue with this trainer. This is why I show this in every playthrough, is this trainer can be an issue. We don't have anything super effective against Boomer, the hiker in Rock Tunnel. So we have to fight this battle a couple times. And he has all 3 of his Pokemon have the capacity to just explode. To just blow up and not work at all. Or knock us out all at once. He has that capacity. So this is why this is tricky. So we got the Graveler, and if he self-destructs, we get knocked out again. So this is why this is tricky. This could be a wall right now that we just don't get through. However, I think I come up with a decent strategy. It's just basically got to wait for good luck. And waiting for good luck right now, it doesn't affect us all too much. However, yeah, another explosion. Oh, man. If you're in the game and this happens, like, you're just like, wow, what do I do here? How do I counter this? Like, how really do I counter this? So my thought was, like, bide, and then I'll deal the damage back, and then maybe I use bide again, rock throw, and maybe he misses, and we deal the damage back, knock him out. But then we have, like, no health for self-destruct. So, yeah, it's all about luck. And we started this battle at like 38 minutes. We're spending 3 minutes getting by Boomer the hiker. So, yeah, this is... I know I'm laughing right now, but it's... You have no idea how... This is why I show this trainer. This is a trainer that could be very, 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 very tricky in this game. Very tricky indeed. So, that's why I show this. So, one thing right here is if we get by one, I think we can get by all of them. I think that's like the secret sauce here. If we get by one of these trainers... or one of these Geodudes without getting knocked out, I think we can survive the last one. So those 2 did not go for self-destruct. So that's like randomness. So Geodude has 3 moves. He has Tackle, he has Defense, or 4 moves. Tackle, Defense Curl, Self-Destruct, Rock Throw. So he randomizes those moves. So if he randomizes those moves and you're getting hit by Self-Destruct, that's why that's tricky. So we're moved on. Sorry, I'm talking over that one battle. Now we're moved on to Lieutenant Surge. Lieutenant Surge is a cakewalk. He does nothing that's going to be super damage to me. Look at Thunder Shock. It did like 12 damage. No big deal. Sorry, my cat's being weird. So now we're moving on to Team Rocket. I would go and fight Erica. We're probably going to fight Erica here in a minute, but I just want to get a little bit more experience. And I wanted to fight this one first because I think we were planning on fighting all the stuff, all the things in Erica's gym. It's actually not the right decision, and you'll see why here in a minute. So if you look at our moveset, we have Ember, I think Swift, and Body Slam are our 4 moves. We might have one more. No, it's in the, Horn Drill. Horn Drill's pointless. So Horn Drill can't hit. Horn Drill can't hit. It has bad accuracy. It's 30%, and you subtract the amount of level. Basically, you got to add the difference in levels between you and your opposition. So in this case, if I did Horn Drill, it would be 40% accurate. It would knock him out. It has the capacity to knock out who you're fighting, but it only has a couple power points. Very unreliable is the best way I can put it. So this trainer has Ekans. So here's why I'm bringing up the moveset. Is right now we're about to face off against Giovanni. Giovanni has a Rhyhorn. He also has an Onyx, and he also has Kangaskhan. Nothing we have is super effective against that. Maybe Ember, but we got to worry about being dealt back damage, basically. And I'm saving, and now we're going to fight Giovanni. This is the first, the No Hope, but actually, I think he actually gets us this time. So Horn Drill does nothing. He can use Rock Throw and get some damage onto it. The opposition never misses Rock Throw. I used Rock Throw on my last playthrough. If anyone watched that, you'll know this firsthand. He never misses Rock Throw. It's incredible to me how little the opposition actually misses. Like, he missed it 1 time, so that's 1 in 4 when he actually says he's supposed to miss only hit 2 out of every 3. So, and we have no health left, and this is just a losing battle. So I'm just like, you know what? We'll just go face Erica, get some more experience, and then we'll come back and fight him. What it basically was I was using the wrong strategy. I should have been using Ember. Ember at least is special, so it can do a little bit more damage than Body Slam or Swift. So this gym will not be very difficult at all. We have Ember, we have Body Slam. We're a higher level than all of them because we had to overlevel a little bit from Misty. So, sorry, my cat is being a pain in the butt right now. So we're not going to learn Growl. We don't need to learn Growl right now. We need to Growl like way earlier, not now. So Ember, Ember's not an effective move late. After like a portion of the game, once you get past like Misty's Gem, Ember is not very effective as a fire move. It's just not. It's not very powerful. It's a very weak move. It's weak sauce, as a friend of mine would say. It's a very weak move. It's good for early, but the base power of Ember is like 40. So it ends up being like a 60 base power move because of your typing. And that's the only thing that makes it effective. But beyond that, not a good move. Not very powerful. But it's good enough to get through Erica's Gem. So I think what I initially was going to do actually is skip over Erica's Gym, go to Koga's Gym, beat Koga, surf to Cinnabar Island, beat Blaine, and then I have Fire Blast going forward. However, we need kind of a little bit more experience to take on Giovanni. And this is not so much that we need it, it's just as me not thinking about strategy at the time in which I was doing this. The best strategy here would have been to use Ember. Ember would have been a little bit more effective than Body Slam, considering Rhyhorn and Onyx are both resistant to normal attack and move, and Body Slam and Swift are both normal attacking moves. So that is the strategy I should have done, which I didn't do, and I regret it because then I think it cost me a little bit of time. It's not too much time. It's time I would have spent in here anyway to get more experience. So now we need to heal, and we also need to, we don't need to do that. What we need to do is use antidote. There we go. So there's actually a built-in strategy about being poisoned also. So poison doesn't affect your ability to move or attack. What it does is eats away your health over time. However, if you go into a battle poisoned, the opposition can't poison you. So for example, if you face Koga has Toxic, which is like a very bad poison. It increases the amount of damage it does every turn. So it's a more effective poison. However, if you got just normal poison and you go into a battle, they can't paralyze you or put you to sleep. So it's kind of good to have poison sometimes, just to avoid status conditioning moves. Like if you were poison going into Agatha, you could avoid everything except from confusion. So, alright, so now we should be facing... I think we might have one more trainer we might take a stab at. It's the girl that has the executes. And this should be a one-hit. Okay. Alright, we're facing a girl with the executes. The beauty. Beauty with the bundle of eggs. And I can't decide what move. It's a one-hit. I don't want to use all of them because then I won't have anything for Erica. And there we go. We're going to replenish this. Yeah, we should be fine. We shouldn't need that. The only thing we need to... Yeah, we should be fine. The only problem is that, like I said, it's not a super effective move, Ember. Now I'm saving, and we're going to take on Erica. It's not the super most effective move ever. That's the problem with Ember. It doesn't do a litany of damage, but it is effective against Victory Bell. So Body Slam does half. A little more than half. And Tangle is not going to go out to one Body Slam. Probably won't go out to it's going to be 3 Swifts. So now I'm poisoned. So the benefit now is the last Pokemon can't put me to sleep, and they can't paralyze me. So she can't really do much. And Petal Dance doesn't do squat because I'm a fire type. So now we get the win, and now we're gonna go face Giovanni again. A couple levels higher, and like I said, I just didn't think about it while I was doing it. I didn't think, oh, Ember's probably gonna be the smart play, but I'm gonna try Body Slam one more time. I think it's the middle of this battle is when I realized that the smart play is Ember. Ember just does way more damage because it's special and not resisted by Rhyhorn or Onyx. So right there it does about a third. So then there's about 40%. And then Kangaskhan, Ember does about 40%. Body Slam gets the knockout very good. And that's the first time in a long time I've ever had an issue with the first Giovanni. But that just goes to a test of how limited the moveset is for Ponyta. So now we are facing Pidgeotto and our rival 5. 1 knockout. Body Slam should clean sweep his team except for maybe his ace, his Squirtle or Wartortle at this point, because he's so bulky. But he only has Bubble. It doesn't make sense. He should have Bubble Beam at least, because he just faced the same gym leaders I had to get to that point. He should have Bubble Beam, or maybe he just sells it. I don't know. I don't know the situation. So now we have Fire Spin, and we are evolved into Rapidash. So Rapidash gives us a massive boost in points, or stats, which is good. It also gives us the move Fire Spin. So Fire Spin is kind of like Wrap with fire. So when we use Wrap with other Pokemon, you Wrap, and as long as the Wrap continues and you go first, they can't attack back until your Wrap is stopped, and they can initiate attack first. So as long as you outspeed, which Rapidash definitely outspeeds most of its opposition, it's one of the fastest Pokemon in the game. So as long as you outspeed, you're never going to be attacked. The problem is, it's not very accurate, 7% accurate. 2, it's not very powerful. It's only 20. It's less powerful than Ember. The only thing it does prevent the opposition from attacking, which I guess is good. If you look at silver lining of things, it is good to prevent the opposition from hitting you. Because the less you get hit, the less chance you have of getting knocked out, I guess. So, like, for example, look at that. Doesn't do a lot. It's doing about maybe 20%. And because we're missing, we missed 3 in a row. Now we're poisoned, or now we're paralyzed. So we get the knockout. Like I said, it's fine, but it's just not accurate. It doesn't do a lot of damage, and it's just kind of annoying. So this move has its purpose that we're gonna use it for, but it's not a great move. It's not a great move at all. It's a very annoying move. I think that's the nicest way I have to put it. It's a very annoying move. And yeah, it's annoying in every sense of the word because it's not effective. It's just not powerful. It's a slow play. It's no pun intended. It's a slow burning play. And Napalm, it's probably its most effective move because of circumstance. So we should go for Body Slam. Yeah, we'll stop doing this strategy here. We got paralyzed, but hey, we get to level up and we knock it out. So the next move we need from Rapidash, we really only have one move we really need now, level up wise. Takedown is the next move we actually get. I think we get that in like a level or 2. Takedown gives us the ability to do some decent damage. It's a very fast Pokemon. It does, I think it's 90 damage with 85% accuracy or something like that. So that's the next move. We're really waiting for agility so we can badge boost. So now we're facing Koga. Koga can poison us. We have no way of badge boosting, so if we're not powerful enough to beat Koga now, we're going to have to go level up somewhere. Because we really have nowhere in the game to go other than possibly facing our rival. And we don't have a powerful enough move to face our rival. Rival number 6 in Silph. We don't have a powerful enough move for that. So we get hit by Sludge. And again, this is what's nice about Fire Spin, is the opposition can't hit us. As long as the Fire Spin keeps hitting and we outspeed, Muck will never attack us again. Coughing is a 3-hit. Body Slam, doesn't get it. So Body Slam and Ember are pretty much doing the same exact thing. So now we run the risk right now of Weezing using Self-Destruct, which we would lose then. However, we're not going to let that happen because we're going to keep using Fire Spin until it knocks it out. So like I said, the move is beneficial in some areas. So now we got to take out this guy. Blaine, the fire-type trainer, who's probably one of the worst trainers in the game. We got to take him out with our unicorn horse thing. A flaming unicorn horse. So we're going to knock him out. So Leer, badge boost. Very good. That ups our attack. We are higher level than all these, so that's good. It ups our attack. So now we have to face Rapidash. Hey, that's us. And it's not a 1-hit, it's a 2-hit. And Tail Whip actually lowers our attack. Body Slam. Super Potion. Body Slam. He's paralyzed now. Great. He's got to get one attack in. And he hits himself on recoil. Fantastic. Not the way I'd like to win. But now with Fire Blast, we are going to try to take on our 6th rival fight. This would not have gone well at all if we'd have tried this with Fire Spin. It would not have gone well at all. So Takedown is the next move we're learning. We're going to get rid of Fire Spin. It's not a move we're going to hang on to long term, but we will probably need Takedown at some point for something that's not going to be affected very well. So now I'm thinking about like what I want to do here. Do I want to use Takedown? Do I want to use Swift, Body Slam? Body Slam is almost a 1-hit. Now we get leered, but that's good. Badge boost. So now our attack's gone up. Fire Blast should knock out Execute in 1 hit. Very good. Alakazam, Body Slam should be a 1-hit because of our badge boost. Blastoise, Body Slam is not a 1-hit. Good thing it didn't go for like Hyper. It doesn't have Hydro Pump at this point. Even it's one reason why I'm kind of glad when you face Blastoise, you don't have to face Gyarados, because Gyarados will go for Hydro Pump. Gyarados rivals Gyarados. I'll go over this in a second. Giovanni, the second Giovanni fight, is a much different tone than the first one. First one, we didn't really have effective moves, so we had to play like a little bit of a longer game to beat him. So what we're going to do now is, it's still not exactly the most efficient fight, but we're going to try Fire Blast. It's a one-hit, very good. So Fire Blast is actually 180 base power. So that's how powerful Fire Blast is. It's 120, but the fact that we are a fire type adds a stab of making it a 180 base power move. It's incredible. So now we're facing Sabrina and her whip. Kadabra, this should be a clean sweep. I don't know why we're using Takedown. Body Slam's more powerful and more accurate. Special type Pokemon, Psychic type Pokemon don't have high, normal, specific defense. So that's good. Now we can't get confused or put to sleep. Well, I don't think Alakazam can do that anyway, but it's just good that we don't have to worry about it. Recover, and it should be a knockout. Very good. Psychic type Pokemon do not have high defense. So what I was saying about, a good thing about Blastoise is your opposition won't have Gyarados. Gyarados is a cheating, your rival will beat him cheater when he has Gyarados. I'll get to that in a second. Let's fight this battle. Body Slam does nothing, so you need to be going for Fire Blast. Very good. One knockout. Very good. Second Pokemon. Body Slam is a one-hit. Very good. Third Pokemon, Nidoqueen. Is Fire Blast a one-hit? I doubt it's a one-hit. She's very bulky, but okay, we get the one-hit. Like I said, it is 180 base power. Nidoking, actually, Nidoking tanks that? How does Nidoking tank that, but Nidoqueen does not? Nidoqueen is known for her defensive prowess. Like, she has high defense. Nidoking does not. So anyway, we're about to get this win. So, if you face your rival and he has Gyarados, he gets Gyarados, and Gyarados is not supposed to learn Hydro Pump to level 40-something, but if your rival has, he gets it level 22. It's a big cheat, so you have a high-powered water move all the time. So now we're facing our 7th rival fight. Fire Blast is not a one-hit. So right now we're level 52. And here's why I'm bringing that up. Is we're not going to be able to get through some of these guys without a little bit of assistance. So right now these are not one-hits. These are 2 hits. So I'm whittling down my Fire Blast power points. And then we have Execute. Execute will be a one-hit. But we don't have enough to one-shot the Alakazam, I don't think. Oh, we do. I apologize, we do. However, and we level up, but however, Blastoise now has Hydro Pump. And as soon as he goes for Hydro Pump, we are toast. We have to outspeed, we have to one-shot, or at least we have to up our defense as well. So what I do instead is I'm going to give 3 rare candies to the Pokemon. We have 10 rare candies. I actually found another rare candy in this game. Not the one in, there's one you can get in the power plant. I didn't get that. Actually, there's actually an extra one you can find in the Burning Mansion on Cinnabar Island. I did not know that until I was watching another YouTuber and found it. So, leveling up 3 levels gives us access to Agility. Agility will let us do the badge boost. It'll up our speed, but it'll also let us do the badge boost and up our speed, up our defense. It'll up everything. It'll let us do the badge boost and clean sweep our opposition. And then I also taught Mimic. So the moves going into the Elite Four, well, our rival right now, but also Elite Four, is Body Slam, Mimic, Fire Blast, and Agility. Agility gives us a badge boost. Fire Blast is a stab move that's very powerful. Body Slam can attack pretty much anything except ghosts, so it won't be very effective against Lorelei. So now we're and then Mimic lets us take a move we might need later. So Body Slam, get the one hit. Oh, not a one hit. I'm sorry. One hit get the knockout. Rhyhorn should be a one hit with Fire Blast. We're gonna Mimic Stomp just to have an extra move, just in case. That's just precautionary. He can't do anything to us anyway. So Fire Blast is a one hit. Growlithe comes out. Stomp is a one hit. Very good. Execute. Fire Blast is a one hit. Now we have Alakazam. It should be a one hit with Body Slam or Stomp. Very good. Now it comes down to Blastoise. Body Slam is not a one hit, so it goes for withdrawal. Hydro Pump we tank. That's the whole point of doing all that, was to tank one Hydro Pump. So now, if you saw how effective Hydro Pump was, you're going to know we're going to have some issues later, and you'll see why here in like 2 minutes. So keep an eye on the clock here in a second. So we're facing Lorelei. So this is the first Lorelei attempt. Alright, Agility. We get 3 Agilities in. And now I'm going to try Fire Blast. It's a one hit on the Dugong. Now we got Cloyster. One hit on the Cloyster. Very good. So we got Slowbro. We're going to mimic Amnesia. The most powerful thing Slowbro can do to us is Water Gun. He's going to go for Water Gun every time. Or Withdrawal. So it's not going to do much to us. So we have a chance to badge boost even more. So Agility badge boosted us to increase our speed. This is going to increase our special, but it also lets us do the badge boost again. So, and we might get knocked out here. Son of a gun. Get the knockout with Fire Blast. Now I come out with Jinx. Jinx should be a one-hit no matter what we use. So the real question is, do we one-shot the Lapras? We do one-shot the Lapras. Very good. So now we beat Lorelei in a close battle, and we move on to Bruno. We don't talk about Bruno very much. It's really the elite. It's like a rock band. The elites and Bruno. They tour, and now they're in Indigo Plateau. But we're set up Agility because I don't want a situation like what happened with Venusaur, where we lose to Bruno, one of the worst trainers ever. I don't want that situation to happen. I'm sure you don't want it either. So what we're going to do is we're going to mimic Ice Punch. Just in case, just to be safe. And we're going to use Ice Punch on the next Onix. So Fire Blast is going to knock out everyone. And I'm just being precautionary. Ice Punch is a one-shot on the Onix. So is Fire Blast a one-shot on the Machamp? I don't think it is. I think Machamp is pretty bulky. Yep. So it takes it like, no pun intended, a champ. And we get the win with Ice Punch. Moving on to Agatha. Now Agatha's tricky. We don't really have a great move with Agatha. The only thing I can think of is strategy-wise is just go for broke. Go right for Fire Blast, see how effective it is. Now we're going for Agility here. Now we don't want to get too greedy. And what I mean by greedy is you want to set up 3 Agilities. That's the max we can do. And that boosts our stats to the max. So what I mean by getting greedy is we don't want to do it too much and then we get put to sleep. So that's what I mean by getting greedy. We don't want to do that. We don't want the opposition to put us to sleep. We don't want to have to risk that. So we're going to do 1. And we're going to do Fire Blast and see where it lands us. So she's now burned. So we actually get priority now. So now that he's burned, we're going to go for 1 more. We're already confused. That way we don't damage ourselves that much. Now we're asleep, though. So that's the trade-off there. Now, if our opposition's smart, opposition, well, okay, good. We woke up. Fire Blast is now maxed out because of Agility. So 1-hit knockout. Now we're running out of power points too. That's the other factor here. So if we miss, we could end up in a situation where we have no power points. Body Slam can work on Arbok. Arbok and Golbat, but a normal type move will not touch Gengar. Or, for that matter, Haunter. So we get the win. It's kind of a sloppy win. So now here comes the issue. So look at the time. You're not going to see every attempt I did. Well, we're at 1 hour and 28 minutes. So actually, it's a pretty good time. But you're going to see the first battle and then the last battle with Lance. And you're going to realize that there's a lot of time in between this. And these battles don't take very long. These battles do not take very long. Hydro Pump, he misses. We get lucky with the miss. We tank 1 Hydro Pump. And there's got to be some way to knock him out. There's not. And Body Slam could have knocked him out, but it didn't. So we get the loss. So I'm going to let you know something. That you're going to look at the next attempt. That's 10 minutes we spent. That battle took like 15 seconds. This took probably 20 attempts to get the right combination of things to happen. So what we decided to do is go for Body Slam. Body Slam hits and he misses his attack. So I'm going to go over that strategy one more time. It took 10 minutes for this to happen. It took 10 minutes for the right, quote, RNG to happen where we went for Body Slam. I was actually hoping to get a Paralyze. Paralyze can actually help when it comes to the accuracy. First off, the accuracy on Hydro Pump is like 85%. Anytime I use an 85% accuracy move, it misses all the time. Like Mega Punch always misses. So it's one reason why I don't like using the Hydro Pump. But the opposition uses Hydro Pump, and Hydro Pump hits every time. Also, the thing about the opposition here, and let's go back a little bit. Also, because of good AI, this is where good AI can bite you in the butt. Gyarados will always go for Hydro Pump. Because you are Fire type. We're not Fire Psychic, so it won't deviate from that move. It's Water. He's a flying Water type is what he is. I don't know why he's flying. He doesn't have wings, but it's considered flying. Okay? Should be Dragon Water or something like that. So he will always go for Hydro Pump. So that's what the problem is with this Pokemon specifically, is he will always go for Hydro Pump. So we have to do one of two things. And I was almost tempted to break a rule and go for Double Team, which I didn't want to do, and I'm glad I didn't have to do. Double team would up our ability to not get hit, so we can miss that first attack. Plus it badge boosts. But the goal here was to get body slam, do about half, hopefully paralyze so we can't attack. And because we outspeed, that's not the issue. The outspeeding is not the issue, but the good AI is going to have to do Hydro Pump every single move. So if he hits more than there's actually a couple times where I actually knocked him out and he hit me once or twice, and we just agility'd, and the next Pokemon would knock us out with like Dragon Rage because we didn't have any health left. So the best case scenario was to go first, hit Body Slam, paralyze with Body Slam, and then we can knock him out and take no damage. That was the perfect what we needed, and we almost lost this battle still, even after that happened. So just keep in mind that was 10 minutes of me trying to get the perfect setup there to get through this Pokemon. So that's what I mean by a wall. This could take that's just like the trainer earlier, Boomer, the hiker, took 5 minutes to get through. 5 minutes of real time. This is 4 times speed. So at 5 minutes of real time, we can finish a battle in like 20 seconds easily. But it kept happening. So now we're able to actually badge boost. We steal the move Hyper Beam, so we can sweep through this entire team. 1 knockout, very good. Or that's, second knockout technically. And if you hit Hyper Beam, you do not have to recharge, so Takedown doesn't do a lot of damage. We're going to use Body Slam to get the knockout, and we have 1 Pokemon left, Dragonite. Hyper Beam does not knock out, and he uses a Hyper Potion to counter Hyper Beam. So I saw this, and I damn near cried. I was like, no, please no. Please no, do not knock us out. We've gone so far to get the perfect, and then we get the win. And I just had a big sigh of relief. I was so happy when that happened. I was like, no, please no. Not again. No, I'm not doing this again. But we get the win, and now we face our rival, the final battle of the game. Can we use a similar tactic as last time? So he's starting out with Pidgeot. We're going to set up on Pidgeot, because Pidgeot can't really do much to us. So agility, we're going to do... I was contemplating just knocking him out real quick. And Sky Attack does it a little bit, so now I'm going to go for it again. And again. So now we're set up completely. Fire Blast should be a one-hit. Very good. I should have just gone for Fire Blast initially. It's a much more powerful move. So now I'm going to mimic Psychic. Psychic will help against the final Pokemon. And so we get the Paralyze. Side Beam does a little bit of damage. So now we're down to 68 damage. Not 69, unfortunately. Psychic will do not a one-shot, dang. But Leer just upped our attack there, so good. Arcanine should be a one-hit with Body Slam, hopefully. Oh, man, okay. Damn, we got our... Did we level up in the middle of battle? I don't know. Fire Blast should be a one-hit. Very good. So now we have 1 Pokemon left. Psychic is not going to do enough. Hydro Pump's going to knock us out. Oh, no, it doesn't. It gets us down to low health, though. We get the knockout. Whew! Thought we're going to have to go back and refight that. I would have been upset because the last battle was very tough. So, we're getting this battle in. I'm trying to click and make sure I can get this under 1 hour and 41 minutes. But I don't think we're going to do that fast. It's not fast enough. I'm clicking so fast right now. You have no idea. Hitting that A button like crazy. But, yeah. Ponyta comes in, clocks in at a time of 1 hour and 41 minutes and 8 seconds. So I'm going to pause right there. So, what are my thoughts on this Pokemon? Well, I pretty much fought like with every fire type in Gen 1 except for 2. So I've formulated a pretty cohesive opinion on fire types in Gen 1. 1 hour and 41 minutes wasn't bad. You gotta factor in 10 minutes of that was spent beating Lance. And there's really nothing you can do to counter it. The only thing I can think of is possibly if I went and got the move Hyper Beam and add it to our repertoire to be able to take this down. I even tried using Double Edge. Double Edge wasn't doing enough damage compared to Body Slam. So there really was nothing else I could add. It's like the shallow move pool makes it so I had nothing I can add into the game to really help here. So that was the situation. And like I said, there's some other areas of the game where that hung us up. We hung up on Misty. We got hung up on... who else we got hung up on? We got hung up kind of on Giovanni, the first Giovanni fight, because of limited move pool. Once we got Fire Blast, the game kind of, like, no pun intended, we blasted through it. But Rapidash... Ponyta, it's not a bad Pokemon. It's definitely not one good for solo run. I think in Gen 2 they fixed a lot of those issues because this Pokemon does not learn Flamethrower, which is not the most powerful, but the best fire type move in Gen 1. The best fire type move is Flamethrower. The most powerful one is Fire Blast. But the problem with Fire Blast is its accuracy is not great. So you run the risk of missing, and you have less power points. Flamethrower has 15 power points. So Fire Blast, you have 5. So if you don't use a PP up, which is what I use for that move, it gets us 7 power points. You miss 1, you can't sweep this whole team. You have to use a different move, and you're really relying on that. And like I said, our move pool's kind of squat. It's not good. But 1 hour and 41 minutes, good enough for me. I enjoyed the playthrough. It definitely created some challenges that I had to overcome. I want to thank everyone for watching. Let me know what you think. Let me know what your thoughts are. Did you get your prediction right? What do you think I could have done better strategy-wise? And that's my video. I want to thank everyone for watching. Thanks for watching JD's Nerdverse, and have a good one. See you.